Why, hello and welcome back to the podcast. And in today's episode, we are talking about boyfriends. So, yeah, like, boys suck. Just gonna say that right now. Boys suck. But, on another note, the first boyfriend that I ever had, I want to say was I in middle school? Yeah, I think I was in middle school. It was more of a long distance relationship, so I didn't really get to see him that often. It was more of a, like we would message each other back and forth, so on and so forth, but he ended up cheating and getting a girl pregnant. Yeah, he was bi. He was a football player, and yeah, not too fun. Like, I literally ended up getting back together with him even after I knew the fact that he cheated. And yeah, so that was a toxic relationship that I'm glad that I'm out of, but I don't really care about him anymore. So that is a plus. Yeah. And then I had another boyfriend in high school, and we were together for, I want to say, 5 months before he ended up having to move to another state. He ended up moving to New Jersey. I do see his cousin at Target every now and then, but his cousin's not my type. And the funny thing is that just recently, a couple months ago, he added me back on Instagram. I'm just like, really? You had me unfollowed, and now you want to request to follow me again? Like, honey, no. Honey, no. But that relationship wasn't toxic at all. Yeah. We literally, at one point, he took me to just go see a play at his school. So we didn't go to the same high school. I never really dated anybody from my high school because, yeah, I was that kid that didn't really like, to have that, like, a lot of attention on me. I mean, I do, but I just didn't find anybody attractive that I would date at the high school that I went to. So when I ended up getting a Snapchat from the guy that I went to go see the play with. Obviously, yeah. I responded back, and the funny thing is that literally a month prior, I had seen him walking with one of my friends from middle school while I was walking my dog. So, and I was like, when I passed by, I was like, damn, he's fine, or damn, he's cute. And I could have sworn in my head that I had heard him say, like, the same thing, like, at the same time as me, or, like, around the same time as me. And I was, like, questioning it. And then when I got the message back on Snapchat, or the message on Snapchat, that I had a request for he had added me, I was like, oh, hey, da 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 da, like, do I know you? Because I had just got my phone back from my mom at that time, so I hadn't had my phone for like a month because we were on winter break, and I didn't get my phone back until we went back to school. So I was pretty much just like oh hey, do I know you? And he was like, yeah, Keisha gave me, or Kelsey gave me your phone, your Snapchat, and I was like, oh cool, can I see a picture of you? Because I still have trust issues, so I was like still sketched out about it, and so I didn't really know how to respond when he sent me the snap back. I was like, wait a minute. Were you the one that I saw walking with her when I was walking my dog? And he was like, I think so. I'm not quite sure. I asked for it a while back. And so we started messaging, and then it led into a date and so on and so forth. And so fast forward to when we were like official, I literally would go probably over to his house at least like once a week or once a month, or like more than sometimes even more. And we'd make out, and at one point I was comfortable enough to fuck him, but I didn't tell him until it was too late. He had already started to move. And then just recently, well, before COVID, I had another boyfriend, and he pretty much, like, I would sleep over at his house every now and then. He wasn't, like, particularly my type per se. Like, I did see him as cute, but the generic person for to be my type is like blonde and like blue eyes. Like, he could be like a surfer with the long blonde hair, like in the movies. He could be like Aquaman. Oh my god. If you guys don't find Aquaman hot, then I don't know what's wrong with you, because Aquaman is fine. Oh, and Ryan Reynolds is fine as fuck too. The Hemsworth brothers, all three of them. Yes, I said all three because there is another one that they don't talk about. So look it up. I think his name's Adam or Alex. I know it starts with an A. Pretty sure, because I know it's not Josh Hutcherson that has a brother. I know he has a sibling, but oh my god. And her name's Josh Hutcherson was hot. Sidetrack. So yeah, those types of guys are fine AF. So I don't really, like, with the longer brown hair, it has to be curly. I don't know what it is, but it has to be curly or wavy. It can't be straight, because I don't like straight. It has to have some texture to it. And yeah. But he was going to school to be a massage therapist, and I think that he didn't like the fact that I wouldn't let him give me a massage. But yeah. So boys, again, suck. He blocked me on all social media. Like, didn't let him give me a blowjob, and he literally, when I was leaving his house one morning, I literally read his lips, and I swear he was telling his dad, I don't think it's gonna work out. Like, bitch, you literally ended up blocking me. Like, you literally give off the persona of, oh, I'm respectful, so on and so forth. But no, you want to go and block me instead of telling me, oh, I don't think it's gonna work out, this, that, and the other, so on and so forth, goodbye, or something like that. Don't just block me. But I haven't had a boyfriend since. Like, I've been looking. Don't get me wrong, I have been looking. But again, boys suck. And I don't really look for guys in my area. Like, I've been more looking at guys that live farther away and like an hour away or so, like 30 minutes away, which really is stupid because I don't have a car. At least not yet. So it really is stupid of me to really do that when I can't drive right now. So, like, why am I going to go and go and try to date somebody that lives an hour away when I really don't have a car and they'd have to be literally driving here. Like, don't get me wrong, I've been on a couple dates before, just didn't work out. Like, I thought I felt a spark, but then they didn't. I mean, whatever. But we're gonna go ahead and take a break, and then we will be back to answer some of your guys' questions. Okay, so I'm back, and I have my little mini mailbox here with some questions from you guys. So let's go ahead and shake it up. And it's so cute. It says, "You've been struck by Cupid." So let's see the question. What was the most toxic relationship? The most toxic relationship would have been the boyfriend in middle school when I told you guys that he was cheating and that he ended up getting a girl pregnant. So, side story. I told him to tell her that me and him were dating, and so it's tragic. He did, and they were heading home from one of his swim practices because he was also a swimmer, and yeah, they ended up getting hit. They were driving home, and they ended up getting hit by a semi. She died with the baby, and it wasn't until a couple years ago that I stopped blaming myself for that because I was the one that told him to tell her. So that is, yeah, that was still the toxic relationship because he did end up cheating on me. And I still ended up getting back. So now the next question is, let's see. Would you ever show your boyfriend on your page? So if I would, if I had a boyfriend, that is, and it would have to be like, I want to say at least a couple months into the relationship. That way I know that it's like solid and going steady. So yeah, that's a good question. Next question. When is the right time to say the 3 words? Are you talking about I love you? Because I've told you guys that I love you. Okay. But honestly, there's no right or wrong time. It's pretty much, if you feel like it's the right time, you'll know when it's the right time to say I love you. It all depends on the relationship and how like steady it is and all of that kind of stuff, but deep down you truly will know when it's the right time. Let's shake it up some more. Have you ever said I love you to a boyfriend? Again, I've told you guys that I love you. But yes, I have told the boyfriend that I love him. Not my ex, not the one before COVID, but yeah, I told the one that I dated in high school, the one that moved. I told him that I loved him. How did you meet your first boyfriend? Online. I met him online. Yeah. That's all we're gonna say. And before you guys come for me, I did meet him. I have talked to him on the phone before, so yeah. What do you look for in a guy? Wow, you guys really are coming for me with these questions. But yeah, I was saying earlier in the this episode, I look for like their personality as well, but if I think that like the guy's hot or something, but his personality is off, no. So it's looks for me. It looks first, and then the personality that will seal the deal for me. If you so the ex wasn't really my type in like the looks area, but his personality was there. So it just because I've been growing more into it with the whole spiritual thing, and it's been opening me up to more like possibilities. Like I've been wanting to I'm now down for like an open relationship. Originally, I never was. Yes, I still would get very protective, but other than that, I wouldn't really say that I wouldn't be down for it. So if just because you're not good looking and you have a good personality, that is another thing that also seals the deal. It doesn't, if you're not good looking, you have a good personality, you're super sweet and everything, then it seals the deal automatically. So when you're sweet, So if you're not really genuine with your sweetness, you don't. No. Just no. Now for the next questions. Does age matter? Honestly, for me, it depends. I'm not going to go, I'm 22. I'm not going to go and date a 40-year-old. It's just, no, you literally could be my dad. If you were 10 years apart, that's a different story. I'd still date you. If you're 32, I'd still date you. If you had a kid, if you had a good personality, I'd still date you. Just don't be 40 years old and expect me to date you, because that's not going to happen. I'm still in my 20s. So, yeah. I mean, if I fall for you, I fall for you, but whatever. Did you ever go to prom with a boyfriend? So, funny story. I took off from my first job for prom because I was going to have a different boyfriend come visit me and go to prom with me. But I ended up not going because the relationship didn't work out. So, and I still ended up taking off for prom from work. So, yeah. Would you ever get back together with an ex-boyfriend? No. Not even if he came crawling back. Who was your hottest boyfriend and why? So, I've dated an Australian. That would have had to be my hottest boyfriend. Oh my god. He was like a model. When I tell you he was like a model, he was like a model. Like, damn. Like, I know you work out, but damn. Damn. Is all I have to say. Australians are hot as fuck. Especially when they go to the beach. Like, honey. Like, you're tan. And you have six-pack. God damn. How many boyfriends have you had? Honestly, I don't keep count. I just go with the flow. Just my again with these questions, how many guys have you dated? Again, I don't keep count. Let's shake it up again because that was a repeat question. I don't know how many repeat questions there are in here. Or if there is any other repeat questions. Let's see. Oh, I pulled out 2. Time to put them back in and shake it up. Time to put it back in and shake it up. That's not how it works. You don't shake it up with that kind of topic. Did I already answer this question? I think I did. Would you ever get back together with your ex? Again, no. Not even if he came crawling back. Let's see. Is there a relationship mistake that you made in the past? Not really, because with the last ex, I wasn't ready for him to let me suck my dick. I really wasn't. It wasn't that I was insecure, it was more of the fact that I hadn't taken care of down there yet. So, yeah, that was it. I really don't have any relationship mistakes that I've made. It's more of the fact that I wasn't ready for something. So, yeah. Which is perfectly fine. Like, if you're not ready, you're not ready. Don't try to rush into things. How old were you when you had your first boyfriend? Oh, God. Oh no, the boyfriend that cheated on me was actually my freshman year. So I was 18 when I was a senior. 18, 17, 16. Was 15 when I had my first boyfriend. And for the last question, what's your type? How many repeat questions did you guys put in here? Again, looks first and then personality, but not always. So there is sometimes like the ex that really wasn't all looks, he was personality. But yeah. Honestly, Tom Holland is fine. Just putting it out there. Tom Holland is fine. But that is it for the questions. And yeah, don't forget to call or text 561-320-7085 and leave your guys' stories. Or you guys can leave a DM on the podcast Instagram at First Chances with Chance. And don't forget to watch and listen any other episodes that you've missed. Or if this is the first episode that you've seen or listened to, go watch the rest. Because I upload new episodes every single Wednesday. And yeah. So, go check them out. But, don't forget to, again, if you are actually watching this, don't forget, you could even comment down below any of your guys' stories or any topics you want me to go over, and I'd be glad to go over them. I just might have to have a guest on. But, yeah, don't forget to check out the rest, and again, text 561-320-7085 and or DM the podcast Instagram at First Chances with Chance. So you could text or call and leave a voicemail or DM or even comment down below. Your choice. Love you guys.